Hello, good morning. This is journal number two. It's been a couple days since I did journal number one. My apologies. It's been pretty busy. Um, just a lot going on right now. Yesterday I had a photo shoot at school. They decided to feature me on the school magazine, so that was a great honor, and spend um, most of my day yesterday doing that with Amanda Maddox and Eric from the Video Photo Lab. Great team, awesome, had a great experience. It was my first photo shoot ever, so I'm taking these steps to put myself out there, get myself known, at least in the academia world, where I really want to focus on. Not really a social media person, but little by little, I'll start getting these journals up. But yeah, yesterday that was one of my highlights. Still preparing for Haku, and I guess in this journal I'll talk today about a little bit about my background. I was in the military. I served 7 years in the military in the National Guard, Army National Guard. I entered in 2010. I entered as a vehicle mechanic, initially in North Carolina, and then from there I made my way to California. I was first with the 1498th Transportation Unit, and then for my promotion to a sergeant, I moved to the 160 Infantry Battalion, and with them, I was extremely busy as well. Excuse me, because I have to turn in some homework today. That's the thing with summer school, it has kept me busy, really, really busy, working on some coding and labs, and I have a midterm tomorrow. Had a midterm, I believe it was yesterday as well, for machine organization. I didn't do as well as I thought. I was pretty confident. I've emailed my teacher, but they haven't responded back to try to go over my midterm. And then other than that, I'll go back to my story. I was in the military. Within the military, I was introduced to firefighting, wildland firefighting. With that, in the military, we were activated multiple times, with the National Guard to fight fires here in California. I went all over Northern California, fought a lot of fires like the Butte Fire, the complexes that were up in North California. I'm pretty sure there's other ones that I just can't remember. I've been to a lot of fires after that because I ended up getting a job with the U.S. Forest Service and serving as a real firefighter. My first duty station was with the Lower San Antonio, Mount Baldy. I still remember that day like it was yesterday. After that, I shortly got in the apprenticeship. Like a year after, I got the job, and kind of fast tracked through the fire world as well. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I couldn't be more grateful, especially how, the equality. I would say equality because they treat everybody the same, no matter your gender, race, or whatever. You get the same treatment, and if they think you have potential, they even give you even better treatment, I would say. They are pretty tough and just try to push you to your limits. After I got the apprenticeship, I had to pick between either going on a helicopter or going on crew to fulfill the apprenticeship hours. I ended up choosing going to crew, and the assigned crew that I went to was Dalton Hawshots, and ended up with Dalton Hawshots for a couple years with them, almost 3 years with them, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but I learned so much about myself, about what we are capable physically, mentally, spiritually. Maybe I'll share a little bit other stuff about fire in a different journal. But yeah, after the crew, I ended up finishing my apprenticeship at San Dimas Technology Center, and that's where a spark in me in technology engineering came back to me, and really because of my captain, Todd Heon. He was, I believe, one of the best captains, mentors I've ever worked with. Inspired me to finish my education, and just showed me, opened my eyes to how there's a lot failing, at least within the Forest Service, in the fire community, and that sometimes to make changes we need to leave and find other routes to help our fellow firefighters. I know they're hurting right now. They're struggling a lot with finances. The pay is just not there. We're not getting equal pay, and that's what many reasons why people are leaving. One of the reasons why I left, there was other reasons as well, but the pay is just not there for the amount of job and the amount of sacrifices we make. But yeah, I'm just excited to have taken this risk and this journey in education, which at first I didn't know if I wanted to do it. I questioned myself mostly about leaving firefighting. I was like, this is a good job. How am I going to be able to pay my mortgage, my expenses? I won't be able in any way to find a job that pays as much as that job was paying me at the time. And I took the risk to go to school. These past 3 semesters, I've made the Dean's List with just AB honor roll. And it's paid off now with this scholarship that I applied, and I think it's just a blessing from God, and He's answered my prayers to, the difficulties that I was I'm going through right now, financially. I've exhausted pretty much everything I've had. I've invested in myself like $20,000 already just to get me through school. My expenses, I'm only working part-time at school. That's just enough to cover a few bills. Honestly, the economy here in California is extremely expensive. I really don't know. So there's a couple things that I'm going through right now. Hopefully I can figure things out.
Yeah.
So yeah, another thing I'm excited for, and it was a great blessing. Just my family is super supportive. My uncle-in-law has given me my first suit. I had talked about that in my first journal. That it's not easy, shopping, but his stature is similar to mine, and we're almost the same size. So he has given me my first suit. I'm going to show you. Yeah, I'm fairly happy. I was extremely grateful for him. It's not a name brand, but anything helps really. I just don't have the money right now to go out and buy a suit, so I'm waiting for that scholarship money so I can invest in that, because I need to start dressing the part of what I intend to be and start presenting myself that way, the next couple of weeks I have the pre-conference. I have exams as well pretty soon. Summer school's gonna end. Yeah, pretty soon summer school's gonna end, and very quickly fall semester starting. And this next month I already have a couple meetings with the SVO. I have the pre-conference to Haku. On the 8th, I have sale orientation, which is another program I qualified for. On the 9th and 10th is the Haku pre-conference, and I have limited clothing, to be business casual or like even business presentable. So that's something like I'm struggling with. I'm struggling with other things. I'm potentially thinking of renting out my entire home and renting a small apartment in San Bernardino until I figure out my finances, maybe possibly even some housing on campus. But I'm gonna see if I can make an appointment for that and see what happens, what available spaces they have, because I am married, so I would have to live with my wife, and I do have a dog, so actually a couple dogs, so we have to figure that out. So we'll see what we can do for sure. As of the moment, that's a little bit about my life. I've gone through an intense lifestyle, physically, mentally. I come from immigrant parents, so I've had nothing my entire life. I've always had to work for it. I left home when I was 17 years old. I've dealt with that. Within that, I've even been homeless at a point in my life where things were just not going the best, and I had to figure it out. And luckily, I found fire, and that really just saved my life and my path, changed my path, where I was going. And from that point on, I just decided, I think my purpose in life has been to give to the community, help others, and I've been blessed ever since I've made that decision in my life. But I'm also thinking about making some videos in Spanish para la comunidad hispana. Quiero hacer videos para enseñarles más tecnología, enseñarles cómo usar programas, si necesitan escribir, hacer proyectos, aprender más del cryptocurrency, que bastante gente latina está hablando, pero no entiende muy bien cómo trabaja, cómo se puede usar uno en su usarlo, cómo comprar, cómo invertir su dinero, en cuáles cryptocurrency. Todos sabemos de Bitcoin, pero saben de Doge, saben de XRP, saben de diferentes maneras como uno puede minar también, usar tecnología vieja para minar y ganar gratis cryptocurrency. So posiblemente haga videos en español también para ayudar a la comunidad latina. So voy a hacer unos videos para enseñar en español, específicamente para los que hablan español, para que aprendan, para que se estudien o aprendan a hacer y no le tengan miedo a la tecnología, porque la tecnología avanza todos los días y no nos podemos quedar atrás. Y por eso también escogí la tecnología, porque es algo que está avanzando rápidamente, usando inteligencia artificial. Esa va a ser mi concentración. So, me gustaría ayudarles a aprender y a entender cómo trabaja la tecnología avanzada en estos tiempos. So, yo creo que eso es todo. That's all I have for this time. And I hope to be more consistent with my journaling because it's a process. I get it, and I want to do it for my mental health. That's something I've never fucking focused on, honestly. It's just not, I guess, not talked about in a community that you're in, like the military or the fire community. It's just not something we talk about because it's perceived as being weak or I don't know. There's just a stigma everywhere with that. So I think this is a great opportunity for me to express myself, put myself out there, kind of show a little bit of my personality, and show you the journey I'm going through right now. Right now, I'm struggling keeping up with homework and these little meetings here and there, but we're getting it done. We're getting it done. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Hope to talk to you guys another time.